from 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 11:56.
Yeah, big people.
They're from this morning.
Yep.
Righty-ho. Let's go. I'm going to cut that vinyl at the top because it cuts beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. So we'll do that as a first demo and then we'll go into canvas. Oh gosh. Oh. Wonderful. Can't wait. I love Prima. The only problem is it's expensive. But we'll sell it. Gel pens did well then. Gel pens did well. Stephanie's ordered some more. I know, right? I think Stephanie's ordered some more. Okay. Are you doing outrageous light lit tonight as well, under at 6? Okay. Lovely. Hannah's going home tonight. I thought she would have been leaving a bit earlier than 7 o'clock. Oh, fucking hell, Andrew. Thursday. I don't know, Pluto. Oh, that'll be why then. That'll be why then, eh? Oh, amazing. Lovely. Yep. Perfect. Hi, good afternoon. Welcome back to Highlight Crafts live shopping. My name is Mel. I've got Becky with me today on camera. Give us a wave, Becky. I've got Andrew producing and doing comments. Your code for your spin the wheel is bingo. Might be a little clue there. You never know. Right, so first of all, let me welcome you to the Scan and Cut Hour, the second one we've done today. I know we normally do them on a Tuesday, but we had a bank holiday bonanza going on where we did 3 days of happy hour deals, which was fabulous. The warehouse guys have been running around like headless chickens trying to pack it all, which just makes me smile. They're like, how many more things are you going to sell? I'm like, keeping us in a job. So it's all good fun here. And the great thing about having our warehouse literally next door is that we can pick and pack your orders as soon as you've checked out your baskets. Now then, where can you watch us and how do you shop? So you can watch us on YouTube on your big TV. You can watch us on Facebook, Instagram, and on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop on either of our social media platforms, words are going now, I need to eat. On either of our social media platforms, we're going to show you a product and that product will have a code. And all you need to do is type shop and then that code into the comments underneath the live video stream, which means that you don't need to miss a second, which is great. Then we're going to send you a message that will land in your social media inbox to say thank you very much for your order. And within that message, there will be a link. When you're ready to turn your goodies into Happy Post, you're going to click that link and that's going to take you to your basket on highlightcrafts.com. Please log in. I can't stress that enough. If you don't log in, you won't get the extra benefits of being a club member. And the club is free to join. All you need to do is open an account with us, and that's free. So it's all win. So log into your account, and you'll get your extra club discount, your loyalty points, and on a basket spend over £35, you'll get free shipping. Now, I learned something new yesterday about our website, and I still can't remember it, so I've still got my little bit of paper. It'll take me a little bit to remember this. So, you've been asking us about, can we build one basket throughout the day? Now, we can't do it. The live shopping platform that we use can't do it at the moment. However, we've got a workaround for you. So the reason that I'm telling you this is because we've been asked by quite a few customers. They've got the basket to £25, but they want to see what else is on the shelves and fill that basket to get that free shipping, which is fair enough, right? So if you go to highlightcrafts.com and the live shopping page, which is where you watch us, underneath there will be a bar that says schedule. Click on the schedule, and that's going to open up the shows that are on that particular day. Then if you go to today's deal and click that button, that will then bring up all the products on all the shows for that day. So you can fill your basket, which means that when you come to watch us on our live shows, you can sit back with your feet up and not worry about somebody pinching it out your basket, right? Which is great. Now then, if you're going to shop with us on our website, highlightcrafts.com, you can literally add the products that you would like to a basket. They're going to drop into a little red shopping bag that will go into the top of your page. And when you're ready to check out, click on that shopping bag and that will take you through that process. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm getting on your back about checking out. I'm doing it for your own good. That sounds like my mum. I'm doing this for your own good. Yeah. Keeping you grounded for a week for your own good. Oh, that was a lot of that. Because what we're starting to do in between our live hours is put out repeats. And somebody can come in from work, come back from a day out, come back at lunchtime, whatever, and decide, you know what, I'll have a look, see what Highlight's been up to this morning. And if you haven't checked out your basket, those items can still be allocated to somebody else. So if you're absolutely certain that you want your products, make sure that you're checking out those baskets. Right, shall we get started? Oh, different one. I know, right? Now then, I'm going to talk to you about the machines that we sell here at Highlight Crafts. So you know that the one that we normally do is the SDX 1200. Brother have been out of stock of it. We're fingers crossed it should be back in end of this month, beginning of May. So that's the SDX 1200. It comes with two mats. It also comes with the regular auto blade, your fabric auto blade. It comes with the pens and the pen holder, and it has 1,303 images pre-installed into its memory, okay? And that normally retails at $599. We bring it down normally to about $499, okay? That's before your club discount, plus your loyalty points, and obviously no shipping because it's over £35. We've been bringing you the tattered lace one recently, which is this model here. Okay, so we've had a few of you buy this recently, and then we've had a few more customers message us and say, can you tell us whether there is a lower price scan and cut on the market, but with the larger screen? So we did a bit of research and we rang Brother and we were like, do you do one? And they went, yeah, we do the SDX 135. Didn't even know it was a thing. So this one, so I'm going to talk to you about the difference between the two of them and tell you what it will cost you after all your discounts, etc. So if we start with the tattered lace one, this machine we've got on at $349, so £349. It has 682 designs pre-installed into the machine's memory, okay, that you can resize at least 200 different sizes. It then has 7 fonts, uppercase, lowercase, numbers and punctuation. And it also has 90 tattered lace designs that you access via the Artspira app. So you don't need to subscribe to the Artspira app to be able to access those, but you send them from Artspira app, which is free for you to use if you don't want to subscribe, and then you send them to your machine. So that's the tattered lace. It comes with 2 mats and your regular auto blade, and normally that's on at $349, which it is today. Now, in our club, we have different tiers of discount. So the more you spend with us, the higher level tiers you go to. Our first tier is 5%, all right? So right from the beginning, even if you've never shopped with us before, you get that discount, which is great, right? And you also start to collect your loyalty points or add to them if you've already been shopping with us. So if you were buying the tattered lace one today for $349, your club discount in the first tier would be £17.45, which brings the cost of the machine down to $331.55, okay, which is fabulous. Then you're going to get your points, and your points are going to be worth £16.58. So your final total, after you take all that lot off, is $314.97. So let me tell you about, that one is Shop Machine, if you want to treat yourself to the tattered lace one. If you're liking the look of this with the larger screen, let me tell you the differences. So this comes with 1 mat, not 2. It has 582 images pre-installed into the machine's memory, but it has 9 fonts, uppercase, lowercase, numbers and punctuation. It has 100 quilt blocks, which the tattered lace one does as well. 2-year warranty, same with that. Now your warranty is with Brother, but any issues, you message us and we'll help you sort that out. And it has a scanning bed of 12 inches, so you can scan in your regular scanning mats, your normal cutting mats, your 12 by 24, you can cut on them, but you can't scan them in. That's the same as the tattered lace. Now on this one, with all your discounts, it comes out at $360.10. So the difference between the two is, let's say $315 and $360 is £45. If you think that larger screen to you is worth that value, and you struggle with the smaller screen, then that might be the machine for you. Or you don't need to go for either of them, and you can wait for the 1200 to go back in stock. But I wanted to make it really clear for everybody what the differences are, what the difference of the contents are in the box, and also what the difference in prices as well. So that's your deal today. So if you want one of these, the SDX 135, got to remember all these codes now, Shop Brother. Okay, that will get one of those on the way. Now then, what we're going to do is collate the orders at the end of the day, put the order into Brother. Brother then will ship it to us, and then we will send them out to you. I've had a little rumour today that the sublimation printer's arriving either today or tomorrow, which is very exciting. And we're going to do 2 more shows tomorrow. I want to say 9 and 1, Andrew, I think. 9 and 1, I think. I'm sure it's 9 and 1. Or 8 and 1, it's one or the other. Right, let me introduce you to some brand new products, because these went really well. The gel pens that we had on this morning, 9 and 1, thought it was. The gel pens that we had this morning have completely gone. This is why you've got to grab them while we've got them, okay? Stephanie's on it. She's going to try and find some more, because they're really lovely, really lovely. But we've also got this vinyl for you. Now then, this is really different, and I love it. So we'll start with the Starlight one, I think. So look how beautiful that is. So these are 12 inches by 10. You're going to get 8 sheets, and this one is Shop Starlight, and it's $19.99. Now I've just used this to cut out a sentiment, and it cuts absolutely beautifully. But imagine these on lunch boxes, on your kids' water bottles. Let's make them bright and funky. I'd have these on my water bottles because I think they're just fabulous. I noticed Becky, who's got a scan and cut, eyeing it up when she came in, and she's looking on the cameras. She's like, quite like that. That's a bit different. So if you want all of those, it's Shop Starlight, and it's $19.99. And this is quite different because look, it has a plastic backing. Isn't that interesting? Now you could cut this with your dies as well if you wanted to. So if you've got some, your basic dies, you could absolutely do that with that as well. Right, our next one is Galaxy. So Shop Galaxy is going to get you that one. This one's been the most popular, interestingly. So you've got all of these. I would have thought it would have been the other way around. That shows me what I know, doesn't it? All of these would be great for doing planets on a ceiling, wouldn't they? If you've got somebody who's into space, Alice is into space, she has a telescope. She uses it as an excuse to stay up late. tell you what, she might only be 9, but she's going on 19. So if you want this one, Shop Galaxy, that's going to get you all of those sheets for $19.99, which is a cracking price. Right, so moving on. Our next one is something that Amanda and I launched on Good Friday. Amanda has been bringing plastic templates, or Becky's been designing them actually, and she's bringing you plastic templates so you can go in and you can cut them out with a pair of scissors and score them and cut them with a craft knife, and you can make these different shaped cards. But we also convert them to SVG files, scalable vectors, which is what the scan and cut reads, okay? So what we've got here for you is the opportunity to get 4 brand new sets of cutting files with the matte layers. So you're going to get your rectangle box frame, your square box frame, your envelope box card, and your rectangle pop-up card. So this is your square box frame. This is the size that it comes to when you open up the file. So you don't do anything with it, you literally open it up, and this is the size that you will cut. Now, if you've downloaded this previously and it's coming out with straight lines instead of perforation lines, please re-download it, because we've adjusted the files and they're perfect, because we've tested, well, I've tested them as well. So that's your original. This is the smallest without adjusting the tab. And this is the largest without adjusting the tabs on a 12 by 12 mat, which is amazing, right? Look how lovely that looks inside there. Wouldn't that be a fabulous little memento? So you could put a small piece of rice paper in there, decorate it with all your beautiful reflections and your flowers. What a lovely gift that would be. Or you could have them like this, going up a staircase. You could do them like that if you wanted to. But the basics are, you're getting the SVG cutting file. And you can cut every size from that to that on a 12 by 12 mat in millimetre increments. Not quarter inches or half inches, millimetre increments, which is incredible. So that's a square one. Then we'll do the rectangular one, so you can see these. So that's your original one. You get all the mats and layers, including the ones for the sides and the top here. You build it, you literally everything folds over, and then these 2 pieces here, one there and one there, fit in there to cover over the workings. It's really clever. This is the smallest on a 12 by 12. That's the largest on a 12 by 12. And all of those sizes in between. So you could put that inside there. That is absolutely lovely. Look how that fits perfectly inside there. And that's the point. You can make it fit. That's the thing, right? Because you're scaling them up and down. Your next one is your envelope box card. So you've got that one. And look how small you can go now. I was saying earlier this morning, you could get some little after 8 minutes. If you're doing a wedding, little after 8 minutes, put a couple in there with the person's name as the place name, and pop that on everybody's table. I think that is really pretty. I think it's very elegant for a wedding as well. So you could have the date, etc., etc., the person's name, and then the little table gift inside there. And you can do it this size, all those different sizes. Then also, you've got this one. This is a cracking one. This makes me smile. So this is your one that as it comes to you. So this is your rectangular pop-up card. All right, so your box. So you can fill it with all sorts of lovely stuff. Then this is the smallest. How cute is that? Isn't that lovely? I love it. And then also this is the biggest. Again, on that 12 by 12 mat. Isn't that cracking? I love that. That filled with, so you put some construction weight acetate struts across here, fill it with beautiful flowers. You've got somebody in hospital or a nursing home, that is going to cheer them up. Isn't it fab? And if you're doing it for somebody, there's lots of space on the back for people to sign it as well, which is great. So this is the best bit, the price. Shop 6, $9.99. $9.99 is going to get you all 4 cutting files with the matte layers. $9.99, £2.50 each. That's crazy bonkers, right? So shop 6 is going to get you those. Right, moving on. Now then, this is oh, Beth says she's bought the trolley bag. We'll have a look at that afterwards as well. Look good. Look at you getting all posh with your bag. I like that. Right, now then, last last Saturday. Yeah, I can't have you know, when you have bank holidays, you lose all concept of time, don't you? So last Saturday, we launched the designer selection, and it came with stencils, and it came with Micro Studio, and it came with dies. So what we've done is converted it all to SVG files for you. So these are your stencil designs. Now, just because they're stencil designs doesn't mean you have to use them as stencils. I'm going to show you different ways of using these in this hour, but you can see how beautifully they cut. But the best thing about cutting your own is that you can have the size that you want. That's the great thing. What the Scan and Cut does is give you the ability to make the project that's in your head, not the project that is dictated to you by the size of the tools that you own. So it's fabulous. So you've got your stencil designs in there. You can draw them, foil them, emboss them, colour them in, do all those amazing things. These are your dies. Now, when we convert dies to SVG files, we give you the original size. Then we either do a smaller and a larger, or a larger and an extra large. That doesn't mean that you can't do all the sizes in between. All you do is adjust the reflection size at the print settings. So if you wanted it at 125%, you set it to 125%, depending on the size of printer that you've got. If you wanted it at 75%, same thing, okay? And then you just scale the cutting file down to fit. So on top of that, you also get all the artwork, the reverse artwork, any other colorways if they were applicable, decoupage layers, and also all the detail lines and the outside edges, so your matte layers, so you can create your apertures, etc., or your card bases. So you're going to get all of those for the Cosmos Corner, Feeling Rosy, Floral Reverie, Petals and Plumage, and Violet Symphony. You're going to get all of that. Then this is your Minecraft Studio. Now, the reason I asked for this all to be bundled together was that we are launching the second launch of Sospeso Trasparento on Saturday morning, 8 till 10. And then we're going to go and teach for the day, which is very exciting. So what you can do with that is create a whole sheet, A4 sheet of different flowers and foliage in Minecraft Studio and print it onto a piece of rice paper. Then they sell clear sheets, transparent sheets, and a glue that enables you to bond that rice paper to that transparent sheet. And once it's dry, you can then cut that out. Now, if you create an A4 sheet of all your flowers and foliage in Minecraft Studio and print that off on your rice paper, then turn it black by taking the brightness right over to the left, you've then got a cutting file for that, which is fabulous, right? Plus, you can make these as big or as small as you want them to be, which is fantastic. So you're going to get all of these florals. These rose heads are going to look absolutely phenomenal on there. I've been working on that this morning. Oh, lovely. Then you're getting all of these with your iris. You've also got these with the little bird in there as well. And then we break it down for you into all these different extra little sets. And then you're going to get your iris in there as well, which I think is beautiful. You can not forget you can change the colours on those as well. Then you've got your digi-stamps, so you could do these with your pyrography. You can also send them into Sketch if you've got the Sketch embroidery machine, and do these in there as well. So you're getting your digi-stamps in there. Now these could be drawn, foiled, embossed. Some of them would look nice paper pierced, so you can do all that. But then you get these beautiful rice papers, and they don't have to be printed on rice paper. They can be printed on your vellum, on your card, whatever medium you like to work with that will go through your printer, you can print this artwork onto. So altogether, shop artwork $29.99 is going to get you the cutting files for the stencils, the cutting files for the dies, and your Micro Studio. Shop artwork $29.99. That's before your club discount plus your points. Then you get that basket to over £35 after everything's been knocked off, and you get free shipping, which is fab, right? Now then, we've got this vellum back in stock. It's been out for a little while, and we've managed to get some back in. Now, we were doing the embossing starter kit from Brother for your Scan and Cuts a while ago. It's out of stock at the moment, but as soon as it's in, and we keep selling out of stuff from Brother, they're like, how many are you selling? I'm like, loads, keep bringing it in. So we tested a lot of vellums because the embossing starter kit has two different ball tool heads. One is 1.5mm and one is 3mm. And it comes with a very thin, almost like a really thin layer of memory foam that you can put the vellum on top of, and it attaches itself. It's really clever. So when you're doing that, you want to drop your pressure down and build up that pressure slowly. However, I wanted to bring you a vellum. It's not a vellum, it's a parchment that would stand up to that stretching of those fibres. So we went for a 280 GSM. The other reason we went for a heavyweight is because you can put water-based mediums on the back of it and it won't buckle. So when we bring you markers or David brings you cadence, you can use that on the back of your parchment. So shop vellum is going to get you, sorry, it's 180 GSM, but it's really thick. Is it 180? 280? It's 280 GSM. Listen, it's 280. I've written it down wrong. It's thick. Now, as long as you do it gently and build up those layers, unless you're doing a line that comes down like that, where you really do want to take the pressure right back to a negative, I haven't had any problems with this at all. And I wanted to make sure you're getting the right one, because if that ball tool goes through that vellum and drags that mat underneath, you've got to buy a new mat. We don't want you to have to do that. So shop vellum is going to get you 6 sheets of that for $12.99. Now, we'll quickly run through the cardstock that I've got on the show for you, and then we're going to go into demo because I've got quite a bit to show you this hour, which is exciting. So we have got 100 sheets of A4 card. It's 180, so it's a nice lightweight. It's perfect for your mats and layers. And you're going to get 20 sheets of each colour. So you've got that lovely summer sunshine yellow. You've got a lovely orange in there. You've got your green, your red and your teal. Now, just because it's A4 does not mean that you can't use it on your scan and cut. I showed you how to do that this morning. So make sure that you watch that show back as well, because I showed you how to do that. It's just adjusting your cut area. We also have a club for scan and cut now, which is very exciting. Every time I go in there, I get proper giddy because you're all doing such an amazing job. I'm really, really proud of each and every one of you because you're giving it a go, and I love that. Some people have never touched the scan and cut before, never taken it out of the box, and they've made a lovely project. So the way the club works is it's $29.99 for 3 classes. So one last April, May, June. First one's already filmed. Second one will be filmed next week, and then we'll do a third one. And the way that I'm doing it is you'll get a download. So you'll get an SVG download every month, and we'll work with that, plus the shapes that are in the most basic scan and cut machine, so everybody can do the same thing. And the best way to learn your machine is to use it. And the fun way to use it is to actually make a project. So we do that. So I hold your hand and take you through that project. Then you get access to a closed Facebook group where everybody's really lovely and everybody shares their hints, tips and inspiration, which is just a delightful place to be. Got people from all over the world in there, which is very exciting. And then also you get a unique email address that you can message me, so I can look at the emails throughout the month and go, right, I need to teach this next. So it's bespoke to you, which is great. So don't ever think, oh, I don't want to message you. Please do, because I want to know what you're going to do. Right, now then, Bright's next. So we've got that's your A4, shop Bright at $9.99. Next, we've got Darks. So this is 12 by 12, as you can see. It's 180 again, and it's solid core, and you're getting 5 sheets of each colour. That purple is beautiful. Then you get a really lovely bright candied apple red. Then you get a more muted red in there. These are going to be perfect for your Christmas, because I know it's not far away now from June, is it, when we launch Christmas? You've got your different greens in here. You've got your teals and your French navy. You've got a beautiful grey-green. You've got your chocolate and you've got your black. Okay, so that lot is shop dark, and it's $27.99. Shop light will get you these. So you've got your spring green, your yellow, your orange, your bright pink, your lilac or your purple, your lilac, your baby pink, your baby blue, your lovely soft gentle lemon, and then your white in there as well. So shop light will get you those for $27.99. And if you're into your vinyl and you love it, you might want to treat yourself to this. This is shop self. You get 30 sheets. Contents will vary slightly, but you will get a combination of glossy, matte, and in here there are some speciality vinyls. Look at that. How fabulous is that for vinyl, right? I love this. £1 a sheet for 12 by 12, and it's a lovely quality vinyl. If you haven't got the vinyl blade for your scan and cut yet, your SDX, honestly, it'll be the best thing you ever buy for that machine. It's brilliant on vinyl, and I'm about to show you that too. So shall we come down here and have a look? Let's do this. Right, let me move that out the way, make a bit of space. Okay, so we're going to work on our SDX 135 today. So if you've been looking, listen, I'm going to be really frank. If £499 is going to be out of your price range, so you're never going to be able to get to an SDX 1200, but you like the larger screen, this is the machine for you because you've got that bigger screen. You've got 582 designs pre-installed, so you've got a lot to be getting on with. And Stephanie said to me yesterday, she said, you know, we sell so many SVG files now. Maybe somebody out there just wants to pay a lower price with slightly less content, but the larger screen, and then purchase SVG files. Not good, that, isn't it, Becky?
Is that the only reason it's cheaper? Because it's got less content on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer then.
Isn't it?
If it still cuts the same.
Oh, it cuts exactly the same. Yeah, absolutely. That's our Becky. Right, so we're going to load this in. So we're going to load the mat in like this, and we're going to choose, I'll choose anniversary because it's quite a swirly one, and I'm going to cut it at 15 mil high so you can see the accuracy of this blade. Now this is the vinyl blade, shop vinyl. Is it shop vinyl, Andrew? We'll get you this for £54.99. Look at that, look how fine that blade is compared to this auto blade, which is the one that comes with your machine. It's a whole different league. This is super fine. So it gets you that accuracy, which is exactly what we want. Now, unlike some of the other machines that have a drop-down menu where you select your choice of material, this is a true auto blade. So it will go along, it will read the depth of the material. It will then adjust itself accordingly to cut through the material. Now, if we go into patterns here, and we go into here, which are your phrases, and we choose anniversary. Now that's quite a detailed script because it goes back on itself, comes out, you've got all these little unlocked areas. So let's really put it to the test, and let's do this at 15 millimeters high. So let's go tiny, because you don't want a massive sentiment on a card, do you? You want something a bit smaller. So I'm going to bring this up here, I'm going to press OK until we get to please select and then cut. So please select and cut. Now when you cut in vinyl, there's a half cut option that you can see I've got switched on the machine. So to access that, you're going to go into the spanner, you're going to go down to page 2, you're going to put half cut on because it will be automatically off, so put it on, and then put the weeding box on, and that will give you a rectangle around the shape so that you can just peel that bit of vinyl back, not the whole sheet. So we're going to press OK now. Now I'm going to scan in, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to scan in this sheet so I can see, because I've cut something out of it already, this is where we can get the most out of our materials, because you can see it on the screen. You're not guessing, you're not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, right? You can be accurate with this. And this vinyl is just gorgeous. I don't think I've ever seen vinyl like this. Right, so you can see now that that's where it is. You can make the background lighter so you can actually see the shape. Now, because I went back, it's taken the weeding box off, which is fine, because all we need to do is go back in and pop it back on again. So if we go into our spanner, go down, put the weeding box on, press OK, and then we can press start, and it will now cut that out for me in a very, very short space of time. So you'll see on your screen you've got up to 1 minute. That is literally up to 1 minute. If it came up with 2 minutes, it could be that it would take it 1 minute and 1 second, but it rounds it up so that you know exactly how long you've got left. And I find that really useful, because if I'm doing like a big cut, if I'm cutting stencils or things like that, I can walk away and do something else knowing that it's just going to do the job for me, and when I come back it'll be perfect, because it always is. It's just a phenomenal, phenomenal machine. And you know what? Now is a really good time to invest in a scan and cut, because there is so much education out there, not just from us, but there's loads of different people doing things with scan and cut. The club's now available, which is fab. So you can learn as you craft, which is brilliant. And it's just a lovely, it really is a lovely Facebook group that I'm very happy with everybody. So I'm going to unload this. I'm going to get my tweezers, and I'm just going to peel back the excess. Now you can get the weeding box smaller. Look how fine it has cut that vinyl. I can go in and get the middle of that E, and I can go in and get the middle of the A, like that. And then I'm going to take a small piece of transfer tape. We're out of stock of this at the moment, but we're trying to source some more for you. which is a good, it's not bad. Right, so thank you for watching me this afternoon as well. I know it's not our regular scan and cut slot, is it? So you weren't expecting this, I don't think, but there's still a lot of you there, so I'll say hello to some of you in a minute. I'm just going to try and get the middle out of that E. Might not be able to manage it because my mat's terrible. You know when you say, my mat's a bit messy, yeah, you want to see mine. But you know what, it still works. Although I have to say, I was cutting out something really fine the other day and it kept tearing it, and I was like, right, I need a new mat. So for things that are really delicate, she says, having just cut vinyl. Right, so I'm going to peel this back. Look how beautifully it's cut that. Look how fabulous that is. Isn't that amazing? That's why you need it. I think it's a brilliant. And I've been at shows where people have walked past me and I can hear them going, oh, mine doesn't cut like that. And I'm like, what do you mean, you scan and cut? And they went, no, I've got a different machine. I'm like, well, you see, should have bought scan and cut. Right, shall we go over here? Because I want to teach you something today as well, which is super cool. So we're going into Canvas. And I'm not shying away from taking you into Canvas Workspace because it means that you can do more stuff. And I know we had somebody contact me and say that she was a bit disappointed that we'd done Canvas on the club because her laptop was broken. I have to cater for the bigger audience. And I want to take you into Canvas and teach it you as you learn your machine, because it will benefit you long term. You won't be scared of it then when you get to the end of your machine. Well, I'm 9 years and 3 months in, and I still finding new things to do, which is great. So I've sent in one of the stencil designs. This is the Floral Reverie, all right, from the designer selection, which is shop artwork, and it's $29.99. So the first thing I'm going to do is just duplicate this a couple of times, all right? So I'm going to go to Edit at the top, and I'm going to duplicate this a couple of times just by clicking that little button there. It's thinking about it. There we go. And there we've got the 3. So we're going to click off, and click on. I'm going to move this out of here, and we're going to move this one over here. All right, so I'm working with this one now. Now I've resized this to the size that I want it to be at the end, okay? So what I need to do, because I've duplicated it, these will be exactly the same size. So the first thing I'm going to do is create, because this is going to cut into your card, which would look lovely, and you could cut it into a piece of card and maybe put a beautiful piece of your vinyl behind it or one of the rice papers behind it. That would look lovely. But I want to show you how to make this into a shape that cuts out so that you can then weld it to a rectangle and make your card front, okay? So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to create a 2mm outward offset line. So outward is bigger, inward is smaller. So if you've got a piece of card that's 6x4 and you create an outward offset line, that's your mat layer that's going to go behind it. If you create an inward offset line, it's coming inside the original, so it's smaller. That's the best way to remember it. So I'm going to create offset line. I'm in inches, but I know that 0.08 inches is 2 mil. So I want 2mm outward offset line, and I want to delete the original, which is why I've duplicated it first. So I'm then going to press OK. And it'll take a little while. Now look what it's done here. It's made every single part of that stencil, excuse me, 2mm bigger. And by doing that, what it's done is enabling it to overlap. So now what we can do is weld it. So we're going to drag a box all around there, so pick up all those little pieces, go to Edit and Weld. And Weld is down here in Process Overlap. So we're going to weld that. Now it's going to think about it for a little while. That's what that blue and black bar across the top tells you. It's working it out. So now it's looking at it and it's going to all those pieces, making sure that they're all overlapped and making sure that it can actually weld them all together. And this, I mean, it's super, super, super clever. If it ever comes up with an error reading, oh, parts of the line overlaps. I didn't do that yesterday. Of course it didn't. Right, so let's undo, let's do that. Let's undo and let's try 3mm. So if you ever get that, try a bigger offset or a smaller offset first, okay? So we're going to go 0.0 outward, no, sorry, 1.12 this time, outward, and delete the original. Sometimes if there's too many lines or not enough lines or whatever's not overlapping, it will give you a message. Right, let's see if we get it now. So edit and weld. Oh, what's going on here? Did this perfectly yesterday. Absolutely perfectly. Right, so let's try 1mm this time, see if that works. Not quite sure why it won't do that today. That's a bit strange, isn't it? Might send it the file in again if not. Let's see what we get this time. It's one of those, it's technology in it. You've got to keep trying and work it out. Right, let's see if it works this time. Okay, that might not be enough now to weld it all, but we'll try. It's the joys, and I'd rather show you this than you go, oh, well, that doesn't work, Mel, and you told me that it doesn't. I'd rather do that. It might come up that it's not overlapped enough, but I'm not quite sure what it's doing, because I've done it, I've cut it. So it doesn't quite make sense to me, that, at the moment, but we'll see. Let's see what we get. We can only try, can't we? That's the thing. We have to try these things, because if we don't try, we don't know. And I love that about Scan and Cut. It does push you a little bit. It makes you go, right, can I do this? Can I not do that? If I wanted to do this, how do I do that? Right, can't do that because there's not enough. Right, that doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to get rid of all that lot and let's try it with a different one. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to send the file back in again from the machine. That might help because I can't do it on the machine. I have to do it in Canvas. So if we come over here and I pop my USB, oh, don't do that again in my machine. I picked it up before. I remembered. Blinking out, where's that gone? Is it in my tattered lace machine? No, it's in my laptop. That's where it is. Oh, it's a day today. We're in here at 6:30 this morning. Right. So Sue's asking why I always use the online one. Listen, if you're good at graphics and you can remember where everything is, use the online version. I can't remember which drop down holds which bit. It's a little bit more powerful is the downloadable version, and I am going to spend some time, if I could only buy time, looking at it, and we will do part of it in the club, but I just use the online version for two reasons. One, I know where everything is, and I know where the drop-down menu, there isn't many drop-down menus that I need. And two, when I hover over a button, it shows you what it is. So when you're learning it, that's the easiest way to do it. There's no other reason. It literally is that. So you use whichever version you prefer. You don't have to use this one. I just prefer it because I'm rubbish at remembering stuff, basically. Right, come on now. Go down here. Where's my USB? USB's not flipping heck. Technology is, do you know what? I think there's going to be a full moon tonight. There's a lot of stuff going on. The label printer isn't working next door. There was a funny thing came up on my car this morning. My phone wouldn't read messages this morning. It's something really odd going on. Right, let's see if we can find it now. Here we are. I know it's weird, Andrew. It's weird. Right, let's do this one. If not, we'll do a different demo. It doesn't matter. Right, so let's see if this is, I can't remember which is the right one either. No, it's not that one. That's your bird one. I'm not doing very well here today, am I? Oh, it's a day and I'm very warm. Right, 2. Could it be number 2? Would it be number 3? Let's try number 3. It'll be number 2, won't it, if I try number 3? Yeah, see, I told you. It's a day. Do you have days like that where you just think, I should never have got out of bed this morning? I should have just stayed under the duvet, nice and warm. Andrew's going every day. Flipping out, you're 33, man. Should I be full of energy? Right, let's get rid of that, first of all, and delete that off. Let's grab all that lot, and let's group that together. And let's try this thing now. Let's see if it does it now in a smaller size. It might be because I rescaled it. I don't know. But we're going to find out, aren't we? So let's try this now, edit. And I know it works because I did it yesterday several times. Let's try 2mm again, outward, and delete the original. Right, got that. Drag all of that together, go to edit and weld it together. It could be Canvas, it could be having, sometimes they do maintenance and it throws it out a little bit and then it comes back to normal. Oh, is there a big update going on for machines? Oh, that's it. See, now it's done it. Now, what's that about, right? Tell you. I bet you it's a full moon tonight. I bet you any money there's a full moon tonight. Everyone thinks I'm crackers when I talk about stuff like that, but I'm telling you, it's a thing. Right, so what we're going to do now, I want to try this first of all. Andrew's searching now. May the 12th, oh well, May the 12th be with you. Bingo is your code. Sorry, my brain is really random now. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to go to divide. My brain is doing weird things because I need to eat. Right, I don't need to divide it, all right, because it hasn't divided. If it doesn't need dividing, it won't divide it. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is grab both of these. Actually, no, we'll do it. What should we do? No, it doesn't matter. We'll do this. So I'm going to grab both of these, go to edit, and align it centrally vertically. Karen says loads of people are struggling with tech today. It's a thing today. I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely a thing. Right, now that is lined up directly on top of the solid, okay? So if I now divide this, it's going to punch that pattern through that solid, but the solid gives me an outside edge, so I can actually cut it out, okay? This is really cool. And you can do this with the stencil designs. And it's interesting because if you buy a different machine, their SVG files, when you try and use, so I'm just going to say it, when you try and use one of our SVGs in Cricut, it splits it. So it will put the outline in one place and it will put all the little pieces in a row next to each other. And that's because they require their SVG files to be compounded, which is what we've just done. Now, if we saved ours as compounded shapes, you wouldn't be able to do what I've just done because you wouldn't be able to separate the detail and create an outside edge. So because we don't save them, compound them before we save them, you've got so much more creativity, and that's why we do it. So I'm going to grab this and I'm now going to resize this. So I'm going to make it the size that I want it to be. Come on, blinking egg. I'm glad I'm doing Sospeso today because that means I don't have to deal with technology after this, which is always good. Now, because I've divided it, it sees it as one shape now. So I'm going to flip this. I'm going to go to edit and flip it. So it's facing in the opposite direction. And then I'm going to bring in a basic shape. So your basic shapes that are in your machine's memory are also available in Canvas Workspace. And I'm going to drag this down and I'm going to make this the size that I want it to be. So let's do 7.77 because that's what this is. So all we're going to do is adjust this in properties and it will automatically change the width to match. I'm going to drag this, I'm going to make it a little bit wider like that. And then I'm going to pull this over the top of there like that. Okay, so I'm putting some of it into the actual rectangle itself. Now, to make sure that that's level, I'm going to grab both of them, go to edit and align it either to the top or the bottom, doesn't matter. But now, because we divided that, we can weld it because now it sees it as one shape, not lots of shapes. And this is what you get. Okay, so I'm going to build this card for you now because I want you to see how cool this looks when it's done. So let me get all my bits and bobs ready. Here we go. We're on it. Step away from the technology, Melanie, and get back to paper crafting, right? Today's a day. I'm glad it's not just me, though. That's weird, isn't it? Honestly. Never give up. If something says no, keep trying till it says yes. Right, now then. So I cut this out. Okay, so this is what we've just created, right? This is exactly what we've just created. So then I've cut 2 of the rice papers and I've made the rectangles smaller in 2mm increments, okay? So I've got this. So I've got all of that little lot building up. Now, the other thing that I did before I welded it is I duplicated it, so I had 2 of them, and I cut the full piece out of here like this. So that was going to lay over the top like that. But I didn't like this bit here. and I wanted some colour behind it. All right, so I created a cutting file for this. Now then, let me work out which way that goes. Does it go there? It goes behind. Because then you'll have the colour behind it. Let me have a look. Shapes, Melanie. Where's that shape? There. So that I wanted more colour behind that particular flower. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that bit now, because that's cool. So come with me. It's good, this, isn't it? I love it. Right, so we're going to Project Plus. This is what I mean. You know, you've got something just like this that we're thinking, oh yeah, I want a bit more colour behind that. Well, now you can do it, which is great. So I'm going to click on that, put that in the bin, and then we're going to go back and we're going to import that file again. So SVG, you can send it from your machine if you want. I've still got that file there, so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to press OK. I'm going to get rid of that rectangle. I'm going to select this, and I'm going to grab all of that, group it together first of all, edit and group. I'm going to make it 7.77 because that's the size that we're working with. So backspace, just make that 7.77 and enter. Right, now I'm going to ungroup this again now. Nope, before I do, I'm going to flip it that way, so it's the right way around. And now I'm going to ungroup it. So this is the cool bit, right? I can click on this shape here, which is one of the petals of the flowers. And then if I press Shift on my keypad, I can go and pick up the middle and that petal and that petal and that one and that one and that one. And then I can group those together by going to Edit and Group. And then I can remove that flower, okay? And then I could do it with that flower head. I could do it with the leaves if I wanted to, but I'm just going to get rid of all that now. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to duplicate this. So we've got two, like that. And I'm going to create a 2mm outward offset because I want this to sit behind the actual stencil itself. So we'll do 2mm outward and delete the original. We're going to weld those together. So grab them all, go to Edit and Weld. And then we're going to put both of those on top of each other. Are we? No, we just want that, don't we? That's all we want. We just want that. So now I've cut that out of a patterned paper so it can go behind the actual flower itself. So let's grab some glue and let's get this stuck together because this is super cool. And this is the kind of thing that you can do when you own a scan and cut. And I know it's an investment. Listen, everybody in this building has a budget when it comes to shopping, food, life, hobbies, all of it. We all understand that everybody has a budget. But the fact that we've been able to bring you the SDX 135 on a really good deal, so check it out on Amazon, it's $3.99. Check it out in some places, it's $5.89. So we've made sure that we're bringing you a really, really competitive deal because ours is $3.99. However, you get your loyalty points and you also get your discount depending on the tier that you're in. So let's glue this together, shall we? So we're going to put this on first. So our first matte layer is going to go onto here. So we've created our card shape. You would then cut another rectangle that would go behind, or if you wanted it to be really fancy, get a piece of construction weight acetate and create a 10th fold card with this so that this is still open and free and filigree. The one that I have cut now that's going to go over there gives me that flower. You could do it just like that, but I'm actually going to put this piece on as well. So we're going to bring this, put a little bit of glue, don't need much glue at all. This is Pinflair's bulk binding glue. You will find that on liveshopping.vip. So go and check that out. That's our other website. And then we're going to position this over the top. Now, you could do it in a different colour and create a drop shadow. But for now, all I want to do is just add a little bit of glue here and there. I would probably use a spray adhesive if I'm honest. But don't buy a cheap craft one. Buy a good quality artist one because you want it to stay where it is. There's nothing worse, and you don't want one that strings. Stencil glue isn't strong enough to hold something forever. It's a temporary adhesive, but something like a 3M, something like that, they're really good. Right, so I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to position this so it sits directly on top. That also gives that filigree detail a little bit more strength, because if you're keeping it freestanding, that's what you want to do. But you've now got that double layer of that flower, which is super cool. So I then took one of the reflections and I cut that out. I got the one with the little bird in the corner. That's going to go on here. So I need some 3D glue gel. I've got John Lockwood's today, which is good. I like this one. It doesn't smell, doesn't have an odour to it at all. It's lovely. It's better in a syringe, but for now, this will do. So we'll pop that in the corner like that. We'll build up our mats and our layers, because you get all the decoupage layers, remember. So instead of having to cut one out and then snipping into that one to create all the other layers, you don't need to do that, because we give you the decoupage layers. We're going to bring in this flower here and add a little bit of glue behind that as well. So that's going to go over there like so. So we're building up that depth and dimension, and then in your last layer, if you want to use all your layers, which you don't have to, obviously, it's up to you, just goes on top. And then earlier today, I showed you how to do this. I love this. I'm so proud that I got it to work, because it's something that's bothered me for a while, and I'll keep threatening to do it, and I've never had time. So we're going to put this onto here now as well, and that's just your little hello. That's just going to sit in there, and then you would put a back on it or your construction weight acetate, and that would be your card. Now that's been made from a stencil design, so don't look at it and go, I don't do stencils. They're not just stencils, they're cutting files, drawing files, embossing files, foiling files. It's just great. Right, we've got 2 minutes left. Shall we spin the wheel? We're going to pick a winner, please, Andrew. Right or left?
Left.
She always goes left. Go on then, who's the winner? Pauline Vag, well done. Right, we're going to spin this wheel. Number 3, goodie bag. That's the second one today. Oh, that's good. I'm happy about that. Messages, please. Help@Highlight Crafts, and we will sort getting that out to you. I've just heard a conversation in the office of somebody that's received theirs, and they're really happy. So that's good. Right, thank you very, very much for joining me. Myself and David will be back. So that might be chaos at 6 o'clock tonight with an outrageous outlet show that you do not want to miss. And then tomorrow we're doing sublimation printing, and Saturday we're doing sospeso trasparente. I'm off to make some flowers now. Have a lovely afternoon, and I'll see you at 6 o'clock. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.